Hi everyone, welcome back. For today's mani, we're going to be dipping into dip powders from Krival Nails. We're going to be creating a wintry mint mani by using powders, and we're also going to be using nail wraps. We're diving right into this mani today with the gel method. We're going to start off with a white. It is a pure white. It is called Ghost White, and it is everything. Check out this white. It is great coverage, especially with the gel method, but I'm only going to do one dip on these two nails here of that Ghost White because these are going to be the nails that we're going to be adding those nail wraps to, and I just wanted a little bit of a foundation and just some white on the back of these nails so those nail wraps would really pop. Cure for 30 seconds, and we're moving right along here to tree decorating. Now, tree decorating is really pretty because it's a micro fine glitter, so you're gonna get a really wow factor with this dip powder because it is just gonna give you the most gorgeous sparkle because it's such a fine glitter that when the light hits it, you're just gonna get like that wow impact. And they're just so tiny. You can see here after I cured, when I'm dusting off, you can just see on the glove there how tiny these glitters are. They're really fun. Also, look at this with one coat with like that shine from that gel base. It even looks pretty with one coat. But we're just going to amp up this sparkle today. We're going to go in with a second dip. You can see there that I was tapping that jar ever so lightly just to get more of those sparkles up to that surface. If you ever are looking for a more glitters in your dip powder, just go ahead and either shimmy that cupcake liner or gently tap that jar so all those fine glitters can come up to the surface. Now we're going to do a little bit of an ombre, but I'm going to do the ombre a little bit differently today. So right now I'm applying that gel base and we are not going to cure it. And then we're going to go ahead and use a little fluffy brush here. And this fluffy brush that I'm using is really awesome. I really like it. It is from Color My World Dips. It has tons of little bristles on there and it just makes it for like the perfect ombre, especially when you're working with those fine glitters. So right now I am just gently tapping on that first color here ever so lightly onto that nail, trying to get it exactly where I want it. And then we're going to go ahead and just dab that rest of that glitter off there and just gently press everything down. Now I wanted a little bit more glitter, so I'm just going to go ahead now and dip directly into that jar here ever so carefully and tap that off. And now we have that perfect green. Now we're going to go into Santa's Sack, and this is a really fun glitter. It's a shard glitter. So instead of using the brush, I decided I was just going to take that nail directly into the jar. Since it's in a regular shape glitter and those shards, it's gonna give us this ombre effect as we would get if we were using that brush, just because of all those pieces and the shards. So super easy to achieve. And I really like the different dimension that we have going on with the finer glitter and then the shard glitter. So I cured for 30 seconds and I'm dusting off, and we're gonna go right back in here with a layer of gel base, and we're gonna go ahead and build this up just a little bit more. I wanted some more of that green and then of course more of that beautiful red glitter. So instead of alternating like I normally do to get that really awesome gradient effect, we're just gonna continue doing it the exact same way. We're going to go into that green and just get that exactly where we want it. And this is when you can really see this green come to life with that second coat and just those beautiful micro glitters. I love it so, so much. And then I'm going to go ahead and tap away from the jar. I did not want to risk getting any of those red glitters into that green, so that is why I tapped away from the jar. And now we're just going to go ahead and dip directly into that jar again here and pick up those beautiful irregular shard glitters. Now these shards, they're very thin, so they are naturally laying very flat to the nail. I'm just going to go ahead and just gently push everything down before we cure, just to make sure everything is laying super flat, because once we cure, that is how those glitters are going to lay. So if there's any like pointy spots or anything like that, those are going to be very visible, and then you're going to have to file and buff those. And sometimes when you're working with colored glitters and you're filing and buffing, you can actually cut into those glitters, and that's going to give you some silver markings in that. So just be mindful, just take that extra time just to press everything down. Now for this nail right here, I love the coverage so, so much. So we're only going to do one coat on this pinky nail for two reasons. Well, one reason is that I got a lot of good coverage. I did have like a small little bare spot, but we're going to go ahead and hand place one of those little pieces of glitters on the area where we have some bare spots. But another reason is this is the pinky nail, and I did not want it to have too much bulk, because if you bulk up a pinky nail, it's really going to be noticeable. So I just wanted to have like the most like daintiest amount of glitter, and I really like the coverage. So once I cured, now we're going to go ahead and cover it completely with that gel base here, and then we're going to go in with just an orange wood stick, and I'm just going to cover up any of those bare spots just to fill in the area. And again, this is also cutting down on that bulk, so then we have a really awesome finish when it comes to that pinky nail. That's just something about me preference wise, is that I like to reduce any bulk on the pinky nail. I just think that's where my eyes like go to right away. If you're trying to build up strength or anything on that nail and you are really wanting that second dip, you can always do like a red solid first to build up the strength on that nail, or even a clear, and then go in with that sparkly glitter. That's another option to help reduce bulk. So filing and buffing, just cleaning up the sidewalls and just reshaping ever so lightly. Then on the rest of the nails, we're going to go ahead and do a layer of gel base and cure as we go for 30 seconds. I always like to do the solid nails first before we go into the glitter, just to prevent any sparkle from going onto that nail. But we are going to cover up this nail now with a nail wrap. So I did the rest of the gel base off camera. We're going to go into this nail wrap, so if you did have any sparkle on those nails, we're going to cover it up anyways. So I placed that nail wrap in room temperature water for about 15 seconds, and now I'm just going to remove the backing. Now this nail wrap, it's a little bit bigger, so it was a little bit, just needed to find that area where I could pull off that backing here. And a jelly stamper really works well to help remove the backing. And now that I have that nail wrap on the nail, I'm going to use the same method that I always use for any decals, nail wraps, anything like that. It's a flat brush with a little bit of acetone here, and I'm just gently going over the underside of that nail here, and I'm just removing any of that nail wrap. Now if you want to go ahead, you could also trim away that extra. Just keep in mind when you are trimming, you want to still be conscientious of where you're trimming, because if you remove too much, you will not be able to get that back. So that's why I do prefer to just do it this way. So then I know that yes, it takes a little bit longer with this method, but then I know that I'm not cutting away any extra decal. Like that is like my fear. So I'm just going to go ahead now and gently press on top to remove any air bubbles or lines. Then we're going to seal this in right away with a layer of gel base, and we're also going to cure for a full 30 seconds. And I am going to cure as we go here for today's video. If you are looking for nail lamps, I do have a couple suggestions in that description box below as well. So now we're going in with this red, and I love this. It's giving me like a peppermint twist. It also has glitter on this nail wrap, and it has the illusion of glitter, but it is not like rough or anything like that. It is just like printed glitter, and it's so awesome. All right, so I finished up the rest of that nail wrap on camera just to save time. We're sealing it in with that gel base. Then to finish up this mani today, we're going in with a layer of gel top coat. I am using the Modelones. It gives me like this crazy shine. I love it so much. I haven't used it in a while, so I wanted to pull out these Modelones. All right, so here's the finished mani. I love it so much. It's very simple, but yet we have a lot of sparkle going on here, and I really like how we tied in these nail wraps here to just give it overall the perfect sparkle peppermint mani. Very easy to achieve. These colors are simply easy to work with. If you've never tried Krival nails, definitely recommend. They're very user friendly. The large color selection is pretty awesome, and it's a very extensive variety over on the Krival's website. So if you're in the market for some fun glitters or even some micro glitters, definitely check out Krival Nails. You're gonna find something that catches your eye. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this simple holiday mani, and everything that we did use can be found in that description box below. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the next one.